What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things box. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified straight away as soon as we drop any new content on the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, recently we had Dereck Chisora making an interesting statement. He stated that he wants to fight Deontay Wilder. And he said what he wants is he wants to taste Deontay Wilder's power. He wants to see what Wilder's all about, and he wants to taste his power. That is fighting talk from Dereck Chisora. I can't say that it surprises me at all because Derek War Chisora, he's not called Derek War Chisora for no reason. He's the type of guy that fights anybody. He's the type of guy that he's not afraid to hit the deck. He's not afraid to take a loss. He's just one of those guys that Dereck Chisora, he's the definition of a fighting man. So what he said is, yeah, let's have a war. Me and Wilder, let's have a scrap. And it's one of those that many people have thrown cold war on it. Many people, trainers and stuff. I think Dave Caldwell said he would never train Dereck Chisora for that fight. He thinks it's too dangerous, and many of us in the public are just sort of saying, yeah, it's too dangerous for Chisora. Wilder would just iron him out. Wilder would just give him the beating of his life, and Wilder would knock him out and give him permanent damage and all this sort of thing. And yes, I believe that Wilder does have the power to give Dereck Chisora some serious damage, to get to do him some serious harm in the ring. I could see why people would have concerns, but also on the other side, on the flip side of it, you got to look at a few positives as well. We've got we've got to be objective about this, and I think I would definitely back Deontay Wilder to beat Dereck Chisora, but at the same time, I think Wilder would be guaranteed a very, very tough night's work to beat someone like Dereck Chisora, because Deontay Wilder, he's the type of fighter that he needs space to get his shots off. He's the type of guy that he loves the right hand. He's very right hand happy, but he gets outboxed in a lot of his fights. Not that Chisora is a master boxer, but he's a guy that basically he likes his space, and I would say that he doesn't like in your face pressure fighters. And I believe the style of Dereck Chisora, that come forward, pressure fight, up close, in your face. I think the style of Chisora, although yes, Chisora's past his best, I think the style of Chisora would give Deontay Wilder problems, because Dereck Chisora, he's in the face, he's there, he's on your chest all night long, and he's got an engine. He'll be throwing his bombs and everything, and he'll make it. I believe that at the very least, Dereck Chisora will make Deontay Wilder work for the victory. And I think also another point we've got to consider here is that, yes, okay, Chisora's had bad performances, but Deontay Wilder's been through a 3-fight series with Tyson Fury, and in his last 2 fights, we've got to say he's taken a serious beating by Tyson Fury, at the hands of Tyson Fury. So Wilder is a guy that we can say, yeah, Chisora's coming off of a loss. But prior to that, the first time against Parker, arguably won. Of course, on his record, is Parker won, but I think most people watching that fight would say, yeah, Chisora won. He put in a great account of himself. Whereas Wilder, he's coming off of 2 one-sided beatdowns. That's what he's coming off of. So I think as much as people say, yeah, Wilder's levels above, we've got to consider that we don't know where Wilder is mentally. He's been talking about taking some psychedelic drug, which is going to then, it's like some sort of tea, which gives you these weird things where you're out of body experience, and he feels he's got to do these psychedelic drugs to then tell him what to do and all this weird stuff. So we don't know where Deontay Wilder is mentally, and I think with that being the case, you've got to give Dereck Chisora a very good chance of beating him, because we don't know where he is mentally. Those beatings by Tyson Fury, I believe they would have taken something out of him. Of course, the power's never going to leave him or anything like that. But I think, yeah, we don't know where he's mentally. He could be mentally a bit more fragile now. He could be gun shy. He could be unsure of himself. So, whereas Dereck Chisora is a different character mentally. Dereck Chisora is the type of guy that he's been knocked out before, he's been stopped before, he's been beat on points before. He's been through it all. He's been through it all, and he always comes back, and he's always, pretty much the same guy, happy to fight again, and mentally very strong. Whereas with Deontay Wilder, we don't know how he'd be against another opponent apart from Tyson Fury. As I say, I'd still probably lean towards him against Dereck Chisora, but I think, when you say lean towards him, I'd say it's 60-40, because if he's not in the right place mentally, and obviously stylistically, I think he's going to struggle against Dereck Chisora's style, that pressure fighting, in-your-face style, where Chisora ain't going to give you the space to get off your right hands and give you that time that you need. Chisora's going to make it messy. He'd make it ugly, and he'd make it a horrible fight for Wilder. So I think Chisora's got a tremendous chance, and as much as people talk about him being finished, we don't know about Deontay Wilder. We don't know where he is and everything, and we ain't seen him in action again since the beating, and here we are. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. It's a potential fight, Dereck Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. Does Chisora have any chance? Does he just get smoked? Is he just a no-hoper? What do you think about Wilder? Will Wilder come back and still be good, or will he be fragile mentally? Let me know what you think about this. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.